Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alkausar. I'm from Class C of English Literature, and this is my video resume about Chapter 3 Culturalism of Cultural Studies course. So, without any further ado, let's get started. The first is Richard Hogarth's The Uses of Literacy. Use of literacy is divided into two parts: an older order describing the working class culture of Hogarth's childhood in the 1930s, and generating a new place depicting traditional working class culture under threat from new forms of mass entertainment of the 1950s. According to Hogarth, working class people have traditionally, or at least for generations, viewed art as an escape, as something that is enjoyed but not considered to have much to do with the problems of everyday life. Marginal artist 1. Real life takes place elsewhere. Artist value to use. 238. The second part is Raymond Williams, The Analysis of Culture. Raymond Williams' influence on cultural studies was immense. The range of his own work is astounding. He has made significant contribution to our understanding of cultural theory, cultural history, television, the press, radio, and advertising. In Analysis of Culture, Williams 2009 outlines three general categories in the definition of culture. 32. The first is ideal, where culture is the state or process of human perfection in terms of certain absolute or universal values. Next is records documentary, extend cultural texts and practices. In this definition, culture is an intellectual body and an imaginative work in which, in a detailed way, human thoughts and experiences are recorded in various ways. And the third is the definition of social culture, where culture is a description of a particular way of life. His definition introduced three new ways of thinking about culture. The first is the anthropological position, which sees culture as a description of a particular way of life. The second is the proposition that culture expresses certain meanings and values. The third is claims that cultural analysis works should be clarification of implied and explicit meanings and values in a certain way of life, a certain culture. The next part is Stuart Hall and Paddy Wannell, popular art. The main thesis of popular art is that in terms of actual quality, it struggles between what is good and valuable and what is ugly and demeaning. Not a struggle against modern forms of communication, but a conflict within this medium. By Hall and Wannell, 1964-15. This book was written against the background of concerns about the influence of popular culture in the school classroom. The main focus of popular art is on the textual qualities of popular culture. However, when Hall and Wannell turned to the question of youth culture, they found it necessary to discuss the interaction between text and audience. And the last part is the Center for Contemporary Cultural Studies. Culturalists study cultural texts and practices to reconstruct experiences, values, etc. The feeling structure of a particular group or class or the whole society to better understand the lives of the people who live in the culture. Williams' sociocultural definition thumbs an act of saving history, has democratic extension and awareness, laicism. Each of the contributions of discussed here argues that popular culture, defined as the living culture of ordinary men and women, is worth studying. It was on the basis of this and other assumptions of culturalism, channeled through the English tradition, sociology, and history, that the study of British culture began. I think that's all of the material, and for the last thing, I want to provide a word for Walter Lippmann. He says that culture is the name for what people are interested in, their thoughts, their models, the books they read, and the speeches they hear. I think that's all. Thank you very much, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See ya.